Right, a banded lat pull down can be used in place of a pull-up, or just sometimes that you want to do a pulling exercise, or it can even be used for core, like toes to bar sit-ups or something like that, where you need a little bit of variation with your modifications. I've attached the band here up high, and I've gone ahead and put a knot in it just so it's going to have some added resistance. I can do this with both hands, where I'm going to focus on pulling down with the lats here. I can also do this if I needed an extra challenge by using one arm. So this is going to activate my core a little bit more. And then switching to the other arm. Or if I needed to have more resistance than the normal band, then I could add 2 bands, and this is going to require me to kind of use both sides of my body and use my core as well as I pull, and it's going to be more resistance on the pull because you're using 2 bands instead of 1. You can also change the size of the band to increase or decrease the resistance there. I'm going to go ahead and do these sitting on the floor. You are likely going to need to sit on the floor to get the level of resistance that you want with these bands. Because I think if you're sitting on a bench, you're going to have to choke up pretty high on the band or add a couple more knots. So you can play around with that position, especially if it's hard for you to get on and off of the floor, maybe later on in pregnancy. Then go ahead and sit on a bench so that you've got that support, but you will probably need to go to a spot where it's higher on the rig, or maybe add some knots, or maybe use like a harder band, just so you've got a little bit of resistance through that pull. Legs out. Out as I pull down. If you notice, I also moved my hands after a couple of reps because you don't want to have your hands so close together at the bottom of that loop to where you're not really able to feel your actual lats engage. You do need to have almost like a pull on the band or like a wider hand position to be able to feel your lats engage like you normally would for a pull-up.